Microphone on. You may not know me. I don't even know myself. But I'm learning though. Check it out. When I was a boy, I wanted to be a stand-up comic. Made a routine and everyone I knew wanted to get on it. All my friends started stealing my jokes and topics. It was too frustrating, so I quit and just forgot it. Let's move on. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a baseball player. Forget comedy, hitting home runs was my new flavor. Thought I was good, so I applied to a training camp with a letter and got one back that said there's a million kids in this world that are better, which was okay, cause I met this chick who played soccer. So I started playing too, cause, well, I'm a stalker. I thought with this in common, but eventually that we could build, but I quit when I found out I was too fat to run up and down the field. What I really wanted to do was be a football quarterback. There was no running involved, only throwing, and I was good at that. Till the first time I played tackle instead of touching, I got hit. When I woke up, I knew that football wasn't it. On to the next. But that was cool, cause in high school I had a hoop dream. I had some dimes and a good shot, so I joined the school team. But inevitably that dream it had to die, cause while everyone else grew up, my body stayed at 5'5", so forget sports. What I really wanted to do was be a doctor. To hell with baseball, basketball, football, and soccer. Then I found out how much they make, and I knew everyone else wanted to be one too, so I said, man, why even bother? See, there's a million kids in this world that are a lot smarter, and a million kids in this world that push themselves farther. So I did what any teen would do in a desperate situation, gave up my professions and decided to be a father. Now I'm 16 and looking for a girl to inseminate, but no one wanted to take the job upon a first date. And since I was too impatient to wait, I gave paternal thought a rest, invested energy into being professionally depressed, and guess that one day I may just find that outlet. Something for me to do that just hasn't come out yet. But then it became trendy to feel sorry for yourself, and they saw through this, and that's about the time when I decided to be a Buddhist. Meditation, contemplation, and concentration. Replacing security, impurity, and alienation. But when I saw how many people were on the path to transcend, they held meetings and I made a conscious choice not to attend. And I pretend to begin again each new year after, and each year seems to be slipping away a little bit faster. So now I'm 23 years old and still don't know what to pursue. That's when I picked up a microphone to become a pastor. Bet you didn't see that one coming. God loves you. The Lord giveth.
Uncle Ayentee, tell me a bedtime story, please.
Oh, calm down, kid. I don't think I know any bedtime stories.
And you never know one.
Wait, I do know one, actually. Yeah. Go ahead, check yourselves in. Let me tell you what it's all about. It's like being born without instinct. That's how we think sometimes. Sometimes I find myself buying into the things they tell me, like when it's broken and they tell me a fix, and I can fix, but not the fix, like better fix, like I need more just to feel like my life's together, really separated. That's what drugs do. And what are doctors if not drug dealers? Do they really fix you, or do they sell you relief? They don't make it cheap, yet they got cover patients flocking in like a herd of sheep while people die in the streets, cause they lack medical benefit of being attended to like a dying human should really get. More proof of the success of capitalism. It's a crime to kill a man, but not a crime to do it in prison. We've been given a system, they call it making a living. I call it separation between parents and children. Now that's a crime in itself. A prominent wealth is the drive that motivates every aspect of this hell. This shell, this planet that's lacking in hell. This world is hanging on by a bell. The bottom of the well, the last ring of the bell. God's experiment failed, that's what they'll tell you, and that's the excuse they use to keep you parallel. Better melt and do it can swallow you if you go against the grain. It tends to bottle you like the water you buy. What a joke. Somehow we got tricked into working for what we had naturally on this planet, and when they start charging for air, I'd rather choke. I'd rather be broke and have a whole lot of security with me and my folks. See, that's the thing we're missing. It can't be solved in outer space, or with a bunch of sex and moving to a better place. Most people ignore it, and that's how they get by. They get high, low, concerned with material prize. I try not to do it, but my attention costs me knowing my supply. Self-control these days is running faulty. I'm only human. This system is a life sentence, looking for the exit door, but can't even find the entrance. It's that deep. It runs in every family tree. It dictates what you eat, where you sleep. You're a sheep if you're weak. It's that deep. It gets passed from mom to kid. Kid grows up and does the same exact thing mama did. It's that deep. It runs in every family tree. It dictates what you eat, where you sleep. You're a sheep if you're weak. It's that deep. It gets passed from mom to kid. Kid grows up and does the same exact thing mama did. Now the way it starts is always small. Person to person, person to lead this person. Different versions, each generation rehearsing, conversing a line. Now the pot is getting bigger, convinced one can obtain some astronomical figure. Deliver the message Meaning the farmer selling food from his own ground will sell it to a company for $1 a pound. And that same farmer now needing something on his plate has to buy the food pack per pound for $6.98. But by far, the greatest trick in the book I can see. Let's tell the people of the world that this is how it's meant to be. It's natural for humans to work 40-hour weeks and natural for suicidal teens to be in the streets. I think this system is the best way to live, so let's convince everyone around us. Better yet, let's give them this way of life. Better yet, let's take theirs away so they have no other choice but to obey. And look at us today, proud to be in this mess with technology at its best. None of these facts are ever stressed, since we think we'll come up with a plan to conserve all of the real problems are rarely observed. Like this system operates as if humans were perfect and treats 40-hour work weeks as if it was worth it, and does little for the people but a lot for the business. It's time to take a step back and ask the question, what is this? It's that deep. It runs in every family tree. You taste what you eat, where you sleep. You're a sheep if you're weak. It's that deep. It gets passed from mom to kid. Kid grows up and does the same exact thing mama did. It's that deep. It runs in every family tree. It dictates what you eat, where you sleep. You're a sheep if you're weak. It's that deep. It gets passed from mom to kid. Kid grows up and does the same exact thing mama did. It's that deep. It's that deep. It's that deep. It's that deep. It's that deep.
Man, what kind of story was that? Tell us a real story. Tell us a real story. Are you crazy, Uncle?
Introduced at an early age, mom swore it was a phase. Dad thought it was cool, he was listening to it too. So I grew up on Isley, LL Cool J versus Kumo D, Sparky D versus Roxanne Shante. Everyone was feeling it, they didn't have to keep the real in it. Show me how to have soul, for 15 years of building it. I admit, I was a closed-minded child, wrote my own raps compiled from lines of other rappers in the style. It wasn't until high school that I realized it was a tool as well as music, but I couldn't figure out how to use it. Everyone was hollering underground, this was in 93, and I was still trying to figure out how this all applied to me. But 4 tracks were the thing, and selling out was not the thing. And everyone would bring a mixtape to try to slang. Out of style was the band, and style was the hand of the table. But why the fuss were we unable to demand what we wanted then? And people started questioning the motive of these underground rappers that's lacking melanin, and I'm pretending not to see it, but I live to repeat it. Watching most of these MCs I grew up with get more conceited, and back then it was okay to say the word underground without these elitist bitches cringing at the very sound. They tell you that since the word is so overused, it doesn't mean shit, so make that in your cynical stew. They don't like hip-hop, they don't even like the word, they just dream of the old days, man, that's really absurd. Now I use the same story for anyone that will bore me with the typical individualistic lyrics of glory, cause this is
the average dream of the average kid.
Turning up right now.
The freest form of media is
the underground. So speak the truth in the mic and go ahead and slang that shit. Just make sure it sounds tight, cause this is
the average dream of the average kid.
Turning up right now.
The freest form of media is
the underground. So speak the truth in the mic and go ahead and slang that shit. Now since the media is owned by corporations that pay for the advertising, it isn't surprising that underground heads take a liking to the free flow, all in an attitude that artists give, offering us a perspective and alternative ways to live, using clever, ear-pleasing, dot-teasing methods of breathing while rhyming in careful syllable placements that accentuates the timing. I'm finding the more I make my own music, the less I appreciate. So after this out, I'm gonna take a break for the sake of my enjoyment. Hip-hop isn't my employment, I motivate with music and captivate the kids that wanna do it. I set a goal, review it, adjust it, and then pursue it. I listen to my intuition, it sings me a song, then I translate it to music. The microphone captures my ideas, the tape holds them in place. The radio transfers them to your ears, and depending on your taste, those words can have an impact greater than your religious faith. There's a lot of underground groups going to waste, cause they're trying to stay famous and couldn't wait to press tapes. Didn't take the time to figure out that music's not a race, and now there's one more group out there that's just taking up space. But that's hip-hop.
The average dream of the average kid.
Turning up right now.
The freest form of media is
The underground. So speak the truth in the mic and go ahead and slang that shit. Just make sure it sounds tight, cause this is
the average dream of the average
Turning
kid.
up right now.
The freest form of media is
The underground. So speak the truth in the mic and go ahead and slang that shit. Just make sure it sounds tight, cause this is the underground hip-hop This is my love song, love for everything that goes on. I got love for being strong and not being a pawn. Beyond and above, come on people, show your love. What's your lifespan landing inside yourself? I make room for daily activities to help, at least I try to. I take my time when I fly through a day to stretch, meditate and pray. I hope you lost, angry, hurt people, find your way. One day, walking through amazing people downtown, you might as well be alone or not even around. And when you bump into somebody, they either take offense or act like it never happened. Man, it doesn't make sense. It only takes a few seconds to recognize the existence of another human being. See, we came from the same dream, children of the sun, the land that we yield. I hold a lot of ideas, cause beliefs get people killed. The big business deals to the crops in the field. It's all a part of the disconnectedness that we feel. No longer on dirt, our shoes connect with concrete, and it's illegal to take up your residence in the street. Trees don't grow in the city and food doesn't grow on trees. Best believe it's produced in factories, and you gotta have keys to get some. I know you're not dumb, I know you grew up in it, living life as a puppet, waiting for your time to disrupt it, getting more corrupt with the passage of time. Till you look back and realize you become what you despise. It doesn't have to be you, you don't have to conform. You can go against the norm and not submit to the storm. Shit, you can live off a corn or start a community that thrives off of making music. Truthfully, you could do it, that lifestyle's therapeutic. I guarantee your time on earth will be better if you realize any day you could lose it. We're disconnected with food, disconnected with death, disconnected with just about anything we have left. Why prepare a meal when you can just hire a chef? Why live life when you're promised a better life after death? Why do people treat their kids like their parents treated them when they swore they do it different, but it happens again? And it happens to send a message of a hopeless end to the mind of a child before his life even begins. It's a big cycle but not natural, so we can't retire it. Don't blame your situation on a bad environment, just try to get a peace of mind and not a piece of behind. Quit living life sedated thinking everything is fine. Right now, we really gotta change our style before we hit this wall smack dab going 100 miles. Our experience compiles and keeps the vision going, but we gotta examine the problems and not just ignore them. It's our vision, y'all, the thing that keeps us in chain. The vision of 10,000 years ago today still remains, and no one's to blame. We went from leavers to takers, from hunting food to bona fide commercial chain money makers, and it's our culture now. We can't go back to hunting, but we definitely can't live like this. It's time to do something and stop fronting like everything is PG. Cause if you're a worker, your rights are getting taken away very discreetly. Pretty soon the population will get so overwhelmed to have us living in apartments that look like prison cells. Can't tell that it isn't how it used to be, cause look who supplied you with your lessons about your history. Now that's whoa. Living in the Bay is no joke. Not $100 for a bedroom, man, that's gotta provoke some ill feelings in some people. Some Sometimes the city looks evil and stares you in the face, waiting for you to embrace city life. Here's a taste, I know you'll get hooked. It's in your nature to give in, put that on the good book. I'll just take another look, one move and you shook, and go on with my life, living in my own hook. Now it's about time we use our mind and find a new vision, a new description of living a different path for our children. No more time will be given. You know the time is now, the only question is how do we escape this worldly prison? I'll let you in on a secret, the walls are made of concrete. They're the shackles of the food that we all need to eat. So we always repeat the same mistakes from the past, but something has to change and it's gotta be fast. Now it's about time we use our mind to find a new vision, a new description of living a different path for our children. No more time will be given. You know the time is now, the only question is how do we escape this worldly prison? I'll let you in on a secret, the walls are made of concrete. They're the shackles of the food that we all need to eat. So we always repeat the same mistakes from the past, but something has to change and it's gotta be fast. 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 Now my day starts out with like a copy and paste to yesterday. Always waiting for things to go my way. I ramble on in my head about being the all-in-said criteria of a man that's about a half a scale up from 10. 23 going on 80, going on crazy, going for the lazy world record, playing records just to play him and talking shady to everyone I meet. Now all I need to do is slim up, but all I do is eat and sleep. 50 pounds over the maximum weight requirement for TV. Funny, cause all I do is sit on my ass and watch it. Ironic, or maybe I'll play on the net, surfing like a cybernetic vet, and ain't even solved the problem yet. Or I usually walk to the end of the block and let my mind recite an old rap, while my mouth spits a silent beatbox and talk to myself at the same time in rhyme form while I jot my skills like I'm your biggest fan. And sign in when you have a chance, and after I'm done signing my chest, I could give my overactive imagination a rest and concentrate on the rest. What seems to be a daily struggle between the meantime shit I have to do to stay out of trouble. I'm always into something, as long as something consistent, unproductive behavior and unpredictable threat. My whole life is a mask, I don't take it off during sleep. I dream with the shield and never let my feelings get deep, cause I could wake up any minute or die any second. This timid soldier disconnected with the war that's been infected in his path, trying to outlast the last laugh and get disappointed cause life slips by way too fast. But you gotta breathe.
Most of my life I never had shit,
and every chance I get I shoot myself in the foot.
I felt like an outcast, treated like a misfit.
The day-to-day monotony is more than it's worth. See, it's a mind state. I know you're at your house, in your room, in your bed, trying to recreate your mother's womb, going crazy cause you know you're not special. Aside from what your mama tells you, 6 billion other people felt you when you cried at your ceiling or felt hopeless cause you think you don't belong, maybe you lack focus. There's a million jobs to do, but you're not interested. A million careers to pursue, but you're just not feeling it. And you wanna walk the earth like a vagabond, but you don't know where to start, so you just carry on, hoping you stumble upon a secret or cross paths with a teacher looking for a pupil to unleash all the answers you've been seeking. A whisper in your head tells you to go to sleep and never wake up, and the older you get, the more it won't shut up.
See, most of my life I never had shit,
and every chance I get I shoot myself in the foot.
I felt like an outcast, treated like a misfit.
The day-to-day monotony is more than it's worth.
See, most of my life I never had shit,
and every chance I get I shoot myself in the foot.
I felt like an outcast, treated like a misfit.
The day-to-day monotony is more than it's worth. A few people know me, a few more call me homie, a few more show me love and handshakes, and a few more act fake, a few more walk by when I try to hand them a tape. So the rest of the world obviously doesn't have taste. I walk amongst the people that live in my town and look around at 1,000 people I see each day, only one of them's down some hip-hop. Out of each one of those, 10% goes to underground support, but I meet most most of them at the shows, and I suppose it couldn't hurt to expand my market. So now I see major distribution as my main target, and I start shit I can't finish shit that I haven't started. A part of the city becoming greatly diminished, looking to replenish my fan base. The underground economy's gonna hit depression if y'all don't pay attention. Go ahead and write them lyrics, keep making them free tapes so all your heroes can hear it. Keep asking them what they think, keep asking them to do tracks with you, but don't expect them to reply if you sound like an ass kisser. Just be yourself, man. Put your tapes on the shelf and watch them collect dust without a business plan. Cause the days of buying underground just cause it's underground are gone. Now go ahead and sing along. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna buy it. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna listen. You wanna contribute, but you fail to understand that the give and take is more about giving. So what's your mission? You wanna make music, but you don't wanna buy it. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna listen. You wanna contribute, but you fail to understand that the give and take is more about giving. As a consumer of underground hip-hop, I use my buying power as a method to weed out the decrepit. I have nothing against people just starting out. Hell, we all gotta get a feel for our field and develop our skill, but that doesn't mean sell it to me. I'm not the one to help you out on your mission, 4,000 male groupies. The capitalist comes out and you to represent, selling your CDRs for $10 when they only cost like 50 cents. That's a no-no, you're better off sticking with tapes. Give them away as promos instead of trying to make tapes. I understand you gotta eat, but there's a million jobs out there besides rapping and making beats. Please find one and quit cheating the underground consumers with your fabricated propaganda from internet rumors. Got some unfortunate teenager collecting your tapes but couldn't hear a damn thing because the quality was fake. The vocals are fast and out of breath, sounded like a nice try, but why did I pay money to hear something that wasn't fresh? I know you do it for the art form cause you love it, right? But if you love it, why do you still think you're so above it? I don't know. The days of buying underground just cause it's underground are gone. Now go ahead and sing this song. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna buy it. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna listen. You wanna contribute, but you fail to understand that the give and take is more about giving. So what's your mission? You wanna make music, but you don't wanna buy it. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna listen. You wanna contribute, but you fail to understand that the give and take is more about giving. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna buy it. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna listen. You wanna contribute, but you fail to understand that the give and take is more about giving. So what's your mission? You wanna make music, but you don't wanna buy it. You wanna make music, but you don't wanna listen. You wanna contribute, but you fail to... Enemies, friends, lovers, family, strangers, people, associates, everyone can get close to it, soak it up, make the most of it, put it out, expose within your inner feelings, chilling other people's minds, test them with your mind, practice digging deep, dig for ideas in your sleep, take initiative, lead the sheep, follow your heart, be a part of everything, sing your song, dance your dance, write your script, here's your chance, be a man if you're a man, be a woman if you're a woman, keep trying at your relationships, don't trip if you never understood them, hold on, but let go, let the words be the window to your soul, expose yourself without reserve but with control.
Don't make it up if it won't sincerely apply to you. Wordplay is committed but don't create it because it sounds cool. Pound fools with the message that you would like to convey. Understand the power you hold, not critical is everything you say. Display your talents in a way to make them the most effective. Everyone is aware you're right about yourself, but the prime directive is not a subjective. Outlook how you got fast cars, faster women, and even a faster clean soap. We're tying it up and let it unfold.
Let life take its toll and then tell the world about it. No one to listen if you're silent, but then again if you shout it, people tend to turn the other way. So make love to your community. Don't worry about truancy, just speak your language fluently. Break down what you see the way no one else sees it, but make it accessible for most people to believe it and even agree with. Strengthen your diaphragm, make it prone to be able to project to a crowd even without a microphone.
Captivating any zone, from stage to a bus stop in front of any home. No need for amplification, the heart is there and it's your own. Freestyling for your folks from time to time is not to be outgrown no matter how large you are. Remember your beginnings and what got you on top of that. The people that had your back from day one that gave you love, important facts here. Elevate your music will never raise itself above those same people because art's the appeal. Maybe all good, but how much you can about your community when your music can't be bumped in your hood? It's wonderful you're on the next level, but no one got invited for the ride. That type of mentality collides with a soon-to-be halted stride, coupled with inevitable scorn, sworn with ideas now torn, trying to pivot music with false articulation to a softer norm.
Respect your art form, don't trip off the business of it. I guarantee if someone pays 10 instead of 2, they're still gonna love it. Think about your stomach, but don't put it above your honesty, and most importantly, never ever fake modesty. Be humble if you're humble, act like the shit if that's the gimmick. Think of new angles every day and always test your limits. Don't do something just cause it worked last year. Don't live in fear of not being successful. Stay respectful of your career.
Recheck what's done to make it clear. Once it is stores, it grabs the ear. No turning back, hope, no fear. Creeps up in the direction that you're steered. To the few and far between, you're among the 4-track to 8 out elite. Who for better or worse steps in the rock quads and walkmans like over beats to make it complete. Due to self-promotion, hating and cyber gossip, the image you uphold is almost as important as delivery. And one topic, say compliments is blessings. You try to get full attention to those few. Keep in mind, you may make the rhymes, but the support is the ones that make you. Don't get comfortable where you're surrounded. Be careful what commodities you're using. The deeper you get, the more you understand it's merely all illusion. Outside the group, your best friends are still gonna be the ones that don't rap. Don't you get excited if your hip-hop hero wants to sit down and chat? The opportunity may be nice, maybe you get on a song together and switch. Remember that 8 out of 10 rap friendships? Only politics, because it's still about who you know. That goes for distributors, shows and future plans. Have faster if you want, no solo artists to blame.
So find a crew if you can, cause hip-hop is a team sport. Make sure y'all see eye to eye and offer each other support. Set your goals in the beginning and revise them as you go. Take control, but no matter what you do, never sell your soul. Speak on topics that you know. Use music to teach, improve your speech. If they can understand you, then you can reach or at least have the potential. Keep your lyrics simple. Don't alienate your audience by being too critical. Pitiful is too much of an individual. Give good visual or give advice or talk about your life or just rap about your hood. But no matter what you do, make sure your music sounds good. And I'm glad we're understood. The natural rules of living, we get up and go to work. 8 hours to feed our family, asking ourselves subconsciously how we all came damn to be prisoners to a system. They say it's human nature, but what exactly is so natural about the world today? The laws that we follow are not really laws at all, and they blame the way we behave because Adam took his fall. Adam is us, Cain is us, and Abel still dying today, but we look the other way cause God said it was okay. That since we're naturally flawed, starting from original sin, and there's no way to stop ourselves from sinning again. Been in the end, beginning, the middle, a man winning the title, a final chapter in evolution, on it and getting the most of change the way most of you all possess. But tell me how you follow a law if you don't know that it exists. Don't believe the hype, we've been lied to. The liars have been lied to, and those liars too. For 10,000 years we tried to hold on and be strong, but we've been faithful to a system that doesn't work for too long. Don't believe the hype, we've been lied to. The liars have been lied to, and those liars too. For 10,000 years we tried to hold on and be strong, but we've been faithful to a system that doesn't work for too long. Sing me a song from the 90s and summarize the messages of power to the people, of power to the oppressors. You guessed it, it's all against us. No big secret that big business isn't here to serve the people. The people are enslaved by, built within a system that enables it to survive. Capitalize, globalize, maximize, downsize, chastise, destroy lives, part husbands from wives. People working 12-hour days that are barely alive. Yet I live with most, barely taking a stride. They think to God they got a job and a way to provide. And I'm thinking about teaching the children how to keep reaching and speaking to the neighbors about sticking the truth in their lives. All because they couldn't see the truth in their eyes. This planet's not ours, we're not the final stay in evolution. It wasn't meant to be this way, that's why there's revolution. But it's not against other people, it's against the institution. You can't replace new people in old positions without the same situations. So there has to be transitions, we're facing addition, replacing intuition, adjacent to tribal fiction. But it's real, we just have to be patient and wait. And don't believe the hype, cause we've been lied to. The liars have been lied to, and those liars too. For 10,000 years we tried to hold on and be strong, but we've been faithful to a system that doesn't work for too long. Don't believe the hype, we've been lied to. The liars have been lied to, and those liars too. For 10,000 years we tried to hold on and be strong, but we've been faithful to a system It took me more than 12 years to make my way back to society. I try to be a good student, a teacher that's well rooted, congruent with all sides. My nature bends to fit its means, and that means there's no means to an end. So I pretend to extend a past tense tension that I blend with my music. Will uproot some tribal lifestyle in my style if I choose it. Actually, I stay the same, chasing false hope, remain underrated, and live a life bagging groceries again, and extend my heartbeat to hardly beat on beat, admit defeat, and sneak away into a dismal state called a retreat, or a repeat of every hero getting beaten. Easy answer to life is to just admit defeat. Take a seat, peep. The way we do music is to defuel it, the masses, and energize them with the energy well rooted. The food itself is important. Can't settle for a portion, and courting your own's a quicker way into extortion. Supporting the local market's cool, but when your globalized economy buys it out, damn, what do you do? This is a song for MCs. Since we have no more fans, the need to spread your message is becoming urgent. The clock stopped working. Time to build some insurance for reassurance that life will continue on earth when we are gone. This is a song for MCs. Since we have no more fans, the need to spread your message is becoming urgent. The clock stopped working. Time to build some insurance for reassurance that life will continue on earth when we are gone. Now what's beyond your grasp of measurement? Could it be that we forgot that heaven sent was meant to describe afterlife and treasurement? The benefit of churches gaining your support is exactly that. They don't have to work, you put them on your back. It's like you're paying for salvation. And in a city playpen, you're stuck from birth to work, no matter what your priest is saying. Your day-to-day situation gaining you little recognition. Congratulations, you're civilized, the product of the system. A 10,000-year-old mechanism of prison, the kind that promotes expansion of an unhealthy living, non-division. And I'm not shitting on any religion, I'm just giving information. Population is 6 billion, now how long will we double? How much more will we ruin? How far will we go before we see what we're doing? How much longer will we consider consuming the only function available to this capable species known as humans? This is a song for MCs. Since we have no more fans, the need to spread your message is becoming urgent. The clock stopped working. Time to build some insurance for reassurance that life will continue on earth when we are gone. This is a song for MCs. Since we have no more fans, the need to spread your message is becoming urgent. The clock stopped working. Time to build some insurance for reassurance that life will continue on earth when we are gone. This is a song for MCs. A song for MCs. A song for MCs. Since we have no more fans, this is a song for MCs. A song for MCs. Look out, don't let them in your house. They're in every relationship, every friendship. You never know, the next one could be you. Clever words, a quick wit, a smile and an attitude is the formula for one day me getting extremely mad at you. I convicted you for a crime before you committed it, because you look like the same girl that openly admitted it. And I've been looking for someone to take it out on. You fit the part, congratulations, not prepared to get your pout on. I got issues cause I'm short, so I need someone to look down on, and hope your will's weak enough for me to expose you as the bad one when it turns sour. Oh, believe me, it'll turn sour. I devour anything I touch, to retreat like a coward. But I can't go a night without companionship, so I need multiple problems tonight before I sink the ship. Call me a captain, but best believe I won't go down with it. I'm the first one in the water, the first sign of shit going bad. Had enough experience to know that I'll be had if I let my heart expose too many qualities of a future dad. So I develop an emotional shield, a force field to let these haters know exactly how I don't feel, until I become the one that's not real. Passing each day, improving my heartbreaking skill, looking for my next prey, very innocently, knowing her fate will eventually be a hater like me, an emotional vampire, condemned to live forever in vain, trying to heal my wounds and other people's pain, with nothing to lose and even less to gain. I maintain the distance close enough to keep feeling sustained. I pick my targets by how quickly they become enchained by my charm. It's a shame the harm I can cause to the brain. I give warnings in the beginning, but most of them don't heed, so I proceed to strip you of your self-worth and identity. Not on purpose, of course, it's just living instinctively, and in a month you're trapped. Your emotions now belong to me. You don't find out until I no longer require company. Suddenly, the thought of left you doesn't seem so cuddly. Now it's a virus attacking every part of your soul. Every heart is a potential to device that I could control. I'm a vet, I was bitten over 12 years ago. At that moment my intentions turned to ice, put my words in the gold. I'll be a vampire till I'm over 90 years old. So protect yourself and don't forget the tale that I told about the emotional vampire. Higher senses of charm, lower senses of pain, and the consequences of his verbal harm. Identified by women as the asshole, but don't underestimate his uncanny skill to manipulate and control. He's the emotional vampire. Finds his worth in draining others, disappears in the first scene of the two of you becoming lovers. But you know he'll be back because he craves the attention. He's the one that created the situation that we've all been in. She's the emotional vampire. Higher senses of charm, lower senses of pain, and the consequences of her verbal harm. Identified by men as the bitch slut of hope, but don't underestimate her uncanny skill to manipulate and control. She's the emotional vampire. Finds her worth in draining others, disappears in the first scene of the two of you becoming lovers. But you know she'll be back because she craves the attention. She's the one that can stop the cycle and put an end to the emotional vampire. It was a dark and stormy night about 12 years back. I can remember the type of perfume she had on, and the type of impact it had on the way I would react and so on. Cut to the chase. She had my heart and eyes locked in place. A face that said she was safe. A voice that I could taste. When she spoke, my thoughts would erase. Now I was just a young man, but my love gave chase to this vampiress that transcended both time and space. She took me in cause I was me. She could see it in my eyes. Told me lies about how her and I would live together forever and never die. Over the phone she told me stories of other guys, alcohol consuming, abuse, and about how she would cry. But she's safe with me, I thought, cause I never do her wrong. She's my queen, my everything, every aspect of my being. I held her close, this lost puppy dog that I thought I could get to cling to me like I was her only means to eat. She warned me about the attachment, told me she was getting with other guys, but I acted like I wasn't surprised. Hell, I even fooled myself and continued to pursue, continued to play myself, and she continued to play me too. She would come over my house after having sex with someone else. I was her mental tampon and she was all that I had left. How can I explain to you people the emotional distress? When she finally left me, all I could do was wait for death. So cold, you can see the hatred unfold. She left me a gift of emptiness and I began to take the mold. I was in love with someone that didn't care to be told. She had no feelings for the world cause her heart had been sold. She's a vet, she was bitten over 12 years ago. At that moment her intentions turned to ice, but her words into gold. She'll be a vampire till she's over 90 years old. So protect yourself and don't forget the tale that I told about the emotional vampire. Higher senses of charm, lower senses of pain, and the consequences of her verbal harm. Identified by men as the bitch slut of hope, but don't underestimate her uncanny skill to manipulate and control. She's the emotional vampire. Finds her worth in draining others, disappears in the first hit of the two of you becoming lovers. But you know she'll be back because she craves the attention. She's the one that created the situation that we've all been in. Now I'm the emotional vampire. Higher senses of charm, lower senses of pain, and the consequences of my verbal harm. Identified by women as the asshole, but don't underestimate my candy skill to manipulate and control, cause I'm the emotional vampire. Find my worth in draining others, disappear at the first hint of the two of us becoming lovers. But you know I'll be back because I crave the attention. I'm the one that could put a stop to the motherfucking emotional vampire.
change that shit by like going on a diet or working out more. You know what I'm talking about? And it never works. You know why? I got a problem and it isn't a race thing. It isn't a feeling out of place thing or an outer space chasing. I mean, well actually I don't even know what it is, but it probably has to do something about when I was a kid. Now I try to dig to the root of a problem, but always end up with the stems. And when I cut them, I have to start all over again and again and again and again. So I just end up giving up in the end. No guidance, and a dim path isn't really a friend. And it doesn't really do you any good to pretend, cause I spent more than half my life trying to find ways to mend, when I didn't know the problems or even where to begin. So when I started meditating, I never stuck with it. I gained a little insight and chose to let that exhibit my greatness. The qualities of a human on the path, but I was stuck in worldliness, and it didn't seem to last. But I was blind. I thought I could get by without fighting it. Just another guy searching for a lazy way to enlightenment. No dice, kid. But what I did find was fake confusion, abusing, hurt, seclusion, numbness to pain, being amusing. When you can laugh at your own bitter destruction and not be afraid of death, but still afraid to do something. Fear of failure, fear of God, fear of anything hard, fear of struggle, my friend. But I tell you, it's a mirage. If only I could humble myself, man, why can't I do it? Am I asking the wrong questions, or is my life not congruent, or does my brain need more fluid? I don't know. I don't know how to grow or where to go. I guess I'm just stuck, Remember when you had that problem way back? Remember when you tried to lose weight cause you thought you were too fat? Thought you could be happy by fixing something that can't be fixed. You could quit smoking cigarettes, but you still won't find your bliss. Remember when you had that problem way back? Remember when you tried to lose weight cause you thought you were too fat? Thought you could be happy by fixing something that can't be fixed. You could start lifting weights, but you still won't find your bliss. Documented through audio, I lay my heart to tape, hoping the more feeling I show, the easier the escape. Like I could really fake emotion. Each song coming closer to closing in on the questions I have about this constant motion called living, floating like rafts in a big ocean of consciousness. A continent called freedom lays ahead for those who seek it. Sad as it is, not many people live potential. A slow instrumental plays in the background of your mental. It eats away at your willfulness and spirit. I see it in the face of old folks, and I can hear it in their voices. The choices they made early determine the spiritual currency they have to deal out. And they gotta do it in an awful hurry, no doubt. Cause when peace comes, you gotta leave with or without your ready state. It's hard to see fate as opportunity. Some people say it just happens, others say it's immunity. No one say it community. That's the real issue embedded in the wrinkle of the old. Fluently translated by the earth, fluently returning the work, and fluently working with dirt to communicate the cycle of birth. You can read them like graffiti, the pain is deep. Each color tells the story of modern classic. We've lost abandonment, weakness, and fragility. It's a wonder how they live long enough to handle it. The damage gets buried to the back of the boat as you press towards land, but soon the cargo gets too heavy to float. So you gotta throw it out, but the pain passes the face. It stains in place, remembering the loss of embrace. Remember when you had that problem way back? Remember when you tried to lose weight cause you thought you were too fat? Thought you could be happy by fixing something that can't be fixed. You could quit smoking cigarettes, but you still won't find your bliss. Remember when you had that problem way back? Remember when you tried to lose weight cause you thought you were too fat? Thought you could be happy by fixing something that can't be fixed. You could start lifting weights, but you still won't find your bliss. Remember when you had that problem way back? Remember when you tried to lose weight cause you thought you were too fat? Thought you could be happy by fixing something that can't be fixed. You could quit smoking cigarettes, but you still won't find your bliss. Remember when you had that problem way back? Remember when you tried to lose weight cause you thought you were too fat? Thought you could be happy by fixing something that can't be fixed, but we're stuck, y'all. I'm a fan of the average fan, the kind with the hand raised in the front row every day, giving love like it's infinite. Not intimidated by the rivalry instated amongst local crews debated, feeling the music like they made it, making faces like I feel you, man. The smile like I got that plan as well. The handshake like your music's parallel with my life. Will make your favorite MC's heads for the night. I thought you should know. I take one smile in the crowd, over 100 people saying ho. Love to the first kids in the front row. When they hear a song they don't know, they listen and sing along with those songs, just reminiscing, dismissing them haters that say hip-hop has elements missing. I guess it's a tradition, this in hip-hop. It's the fans that I'm a fan of that generally put a stop to that talk. And to the haters telling them that they jock, y'all just jealous that they took your spot. Shit, I'm jealous they took my spot. I don't feel music like them, I don't have the attention. They listen critically and break it down into sections. See, I'm a fan of that, it takes a special quality to handle that. I wish I could appreciate music that's mostly whack to ask you for pointers and get laughed at by fools. But I listen to my folks and anyone that pays dues. I'm on top of the who's who's, but that's just business. Unfortunately, the few people I feel they have no business supporting me. This song's for those who don't know what a 4-track looks like, but can name every song on your album and sing along. Not the tag-alongs or the users or the girls that abuse you, or the fruitcake wife fools that follow you around like a loser. Not the Wesley Snipes type fan or the Stan type fan. I'm talking about those fools who dream about being your hype man. He doesn't want to make music with you or even hang out, he just sings your shit. Now that's what being a fan is all about.
fan of the average fan who's not obsessed with plans to get his dirty fingertips backstage and score a tape. Escape into a realm well worth his $10. He murmurs to himself as he purchases from us. He'd rather support than ignore, explore this new musician. Every helping hand helps surfacing above decisions to stray away and leave his music where it's at and find another genre willing just to pick up on the slack. I'll take a crack at being watched, but I'd rather watch him learn. It's easier to pay attention when it's your only concerning, and the fuel still burns and excitement blows up because these types of fans yearn for us filling up their cups. It's just their way of saying how much they really care and how much they really hear and how much I'm unprepared. I'm not aware of details. I mean, when it comes to fans, they got every sentence memorized and every album scanned and saved on their hard drives, embedded in their brains or every instead of dead regretful demo. It's so insane. Those keyframes broke because it's anything they'll eye. Give their music breath for life. We can't get past the tries, just we ask too many whys, and they just don't. They just figure it's an investment to rock the sinking boat. They give us hope to move and hope to build. I just hope they don't leave. I won't got no cups to fill. I love to sit and scrape the gum off the bottom of my soles and sing along to every verse and lose all my self-control. But I just can't let go of making melodies that count. And if I'm never just a fan, I make music amount to every expectation from every heartfelt fan. I won't stop until you stop. So let's just hope I can.
It's like hanging off the wall, that golden circle 33 that motivates you all. That independent road is narrow, try not to fall. I see you got a record label, congratulations player. I hope your team's behind you, cause it's rough when you can't call in favors. Must I remind you that it's business, nothing personal. That's what they'll tell you when they fail to reimburse you all. Nah, I ain't talking about the major labels, it's even worse with the distributors. They're not your savior, man, why you print up all them CDs and only sold 300 but you didn't make back 3 G's? You need a golden plan to touch that golden record, folks. You got them ill beats and rhymes, but no one knows you don't. It's cause you didn't plan a promotional campaign. All your money went to manufacturing that damn thing. No loop for posters so the public don't see you. No postage so you couldn't get a magazine review. It's kinda hard putting out a record, ain't it? Plus a million other kids are all doing the same shit. So make your choice, Holmes. You gonna try again? You gonna make a business plan before you start to spend? You need some help? I'll help you get a pad and pen. $10 consultant tips from Ayentee, your only friend. First thing you need is a fictitious name statement. Get one from the county clerk's office, find out where it's located in the yellow pages. It's gonna cost about $1 bill, but you need it if you want your record label to be real. Next, you're gonna have to get a business license and a zoning permit. So go to City Hall to find it. And finally, you're gonna have to get a seller's permit, so every year the IRS can take a quarter of your shit. Now that we're done with paperwork, let's do some fun stuff. As if pressing up a CD isn't hard enough. You gotta make phone calls to people who don't know you and get them to listen to your songs like they owe you. These are distributors, find about 10 or 12. Try not to do any exclusive distribution deals. Now that you got distro, you need someone to buy it. And don't just tag your hip-hop name wherever you can write it. That's not promotion, start locally, do shows often. Each sale counts, pretty soon you'll have that shit poppin'. Keep records of your sales, check up on your progress often. Or find your musical career a nice size coffin. If you don't follow through when you make a new contact, you might as well forget their name and get their business card back. Don't waste the time of other people because they remember and won't give you a chance. First impressions last forever. Now you're official, you can't be irresponsible. Nurture your record label, take out every obstacle. Always succeed, no matter how improbable. It's not impossible, this record label shit is optional. Thought pattern is parallel to that out of a circular carousel drift deep when listening to a beat. It's almost like speech, the snare and kick speak while the hi-hat mediates, and I relate to the technique, whether a loop, chop, break, cross, fade, blank, collage, arrangement, note sustainment, or portamento bend, whether you use your own rhythm or quantize the 8 notes. Every kid felt the power when the kick and snare spoke. Every kid felt the energy when hearing their favorite DJ or MC rip it powerfully and then flip it leisurely, easily. Sounded too complex for its simplicity. The rhythm is what used to interest me, now it's beats, sounds, lyrics that seem profound, delivery that astounds these people that spin around mainstream and underground. Everybody's affected. In the 80s it was rejected, today it gets neglected. This music that we've been blessed with, everyone is on the next shit. Some people disrespect it and other people infect it. I'm not here to protect it, I'm just here to bless it and fortify my supply to record store so you can check it. It's hip-hop. This is about people with the dream, they don't want a regular job, a 9 to 5, a pointless way to stay alive. This is about musicians that came before us. It's about writing that chorus and getting them, not the horses around. And I've been down, but definitely not an elite. I open my heart and microphone for people to speak, cause you never know who you can reach or who you might meet or who they can, and so on. It's a media to teach one each, but yet you got the artists with a million fans that don't know any better than to talk about what's been programmed in their head. And I don't hate them, but I don't inflate them with bread. I suggest you buy my album instead, cause I'll tell you straight up about my plans. I'm trying to make $1 million and put it back into the land with this hip-hop. 1,001 tales that I tell and sell you a product, but you're not paying for my new shells or for my girlfriend's new nails. The spokes on my wheels, I'm a spokesman for the real life problems that we all feel. Hopefully by now most of all of y'all know the deal. You can put your album out, but don't replace content with skill, cause you'll fall off. And I'm not talking about mass appeal, I think it's really time to find out what it means. My idea of intrusion is abusing your rights and your illusions. Take the red pill for insanity, clarity and confusion. The placebo for your fantasy, blasphemy and institution. The way I think isn't for everyone's choosing. I've only been in certain situations. My day-to-day is killing me slowly, hardly noticing the decay within. I'm holding aces in this poker game too bad. I'm not playing above the norm. I don't get chills and no one knows my name. A lonely soldier is a dead man in the trenches. My incentive to live is like survival. The objective getting gested by the media with fallacies. Take you back to the fantasy from the placebo that you've ingested. It's a cold world and even colder if you don't have a blanket to cover you. They wonder who's behind the curtain, searching at this frantic imagination. Is like an overpowered magnet that attracts or repels at the same time, so you stay
stagnant, bolted in place, behold the face molded and shaped, encoded by the state, fate chosen by the system, so methodical, screams audible, sitting mapping my position, reacting to fact and fiction like they're one and the same. Never outrunning this death game, my next frame, cause Big Brother is watching and there's no stopping it. Just a part of this elaborate labyrinth construct, and we stuck masquerading like the masters, more likely to tap in the psyche's a fraction, living like immobile mechanisms for the good of the machine. The mighty machine committed to feeding me dreams while it's bleeding me clean. I retreat, fleeing the scene, waiting for the right moment to strike. When I unlock the box, barricaded, interrogated intelligence. Who's telling it? Draw my own lines to the relevant, personal, applicable. Label me non-trickable. I never play the monkey in the middle. That's despicable. Personal, applicable. Label me non-trickable. I never play the monkey in the middle. That's despicable. Can't take what's mine and shake my mind.
So what now? What now? I put my records on the shelf. I pay my dues, lost all that I could lose, and still don't feel right.
Now?
What now?
I pay my bills and pray to God I got a house, car, kid, wife, and it just don't feel right.
What now?
I work out and eat right, study till my brain hurts, but still it don't feel right.
No matter how hard I try, I still can't accept the fact. No matter what I do, I still don't
Like
feel
a
right.
skill, unstably false, lost to lose cause, coasting on the lost cause. Blood grip, blue blood, red love. Life leaves me gangbanging, righteous life. To persevere through mics as a device to fight, seeking the life through Christ, following past the flight. But my feet are planted with pimps, keeping sanctions high. Lap the wings and lavish wisdom to be blown. For the Lord is my shepherd that I'm not yet known. With the grace of my life, there's mercy from the evil. Population density, influence impossible equals. Gobbling green bees on the people swallowing seeds. So we can't grow, people are weak, stand close and stay strong. Well knit like a blanket of community. The world is a disease, and the love is the immunity. Pure, pure life, clean as the whistle is the thistle of a rose. That'll poke your attention, bleed the morals. Painting murals of what you mention. Watch what you say before you even say it. Lesson to be learned, educated, asking your question. That's been eating at your soul like a curse. Quest and thirst for the truth on the planet will be my first blessing. I see operating view, vision moderate a few living properties before I make a move, stepping into a zone unfamiliar to who's
My eyes open like a pair of rusty window sills when I wake up in the morning, and then I yawn like a baby seal. Every day is another lesson, every second is a blessing, but I'm still guessing with the paranoia of a Vietnam soldier. Look around the corner, could be a coroner, zip locking you and your posse like Tom Bosley. You could be cool as Fonzie, still embalming, fluid pumps through your body. This ain't no new shit. Life is a cycle, the future and past tense. I've been harassed since Luther first jumped the fence, so now I pimp for every little inch I get until I'm 6 feet deep inside of this continent, wrapped in a sheet like El Haj Malik. That's why I watch what I say and to whom I speak when I'm surrounded by haters and egocentric geeks. So what now?